Number C, A, B, C. Now C, concentrate on buying asset and not liability. You must understand that term, asset and liability, not just by the way we understand it in finance. No, the way we understand it generally in accounting and finance is different from the millionaire understanding of what assets and liabilities are. For the millionaire, an asset is something that adds money to your pocket. Liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. To a millionaire, asset is something that grows in value over time. Liability is something that declines or diminishes in value over time. If you're going to prosper and have enduring wealth, you concentrate on buying assets and not liability. If you buy liability, liability will limit your wealth. Asset will accelerate your wealth. Liability. Some people, they think that having 5 cars, that makes you a wealthy man. Building the biggest building in my village, that makes you the richest man. These are liability. You know why? Cars don't increase in value. 1 car, 2 cars is okay for your family to move around, for you to, live your life. It's normal. But if you multiply cars, how many will you use in a month? Let's say you have 5 cars, you have 10 cars. How many will you use? Eventually, you'll be spending money on repair, on servicing. It's taking money from your pocket. It's not adding money to your pocket. If you bought those cars for commercial purpose that are bringing money, that makes sense. If you bought the things so that you put them, you do Uber or do whatever you do to generate money, that makes sense. And keep the one you are using with your family. Maybe a young person who just started making money, and the first thing to do, he went and bought a car. Don't have sense. Don't have sense. If you're a young man and you make money, the first thing to do is to buy asset. Buy what? Asset. Look for legitimate land, buy. The land you buy today, in the next 10 years, even the next 5 years, will be many times the price. I know a place where they sold land 200,000. Today it got to 10 million. And it's not many years ago, just a few years ago. But if you bought a car after 10 years, where would that car be? I said, where would the car be? I used to have a friend, he had many cars. When you get to his house, cars everywhere. So I went to his house one day and said, this is a liability. He said, John, this is a sign of big man. I said, no, it's foolishness. I said, okay, when last did you use this one? When last did you use it? Some of them had not used them for 3 months. I said, but every time you service, every time you do one thing or the other in the car, sell them off. Have a few, maybe 2, 3 more at most. It's okay for your family. And then invest the money. It will grow in value. That's wisdom. So one particular month, he spent so much money on repairs. He was angry. He called me, he said, what you said is true. He sold off many of the cars. We had a seminar in Airport Hotel, Niger. I organized a seminar, financial seminar. So one man came, according to a senator, maybe a former senator. He came from the north, Kaduna, for that seminar. So when we finished, he was getting touched in the lessons. So he went back home, sold the cars, and now sent me a mail and said, I came to your seminar at the Airport Hotel, and I had the lesson you taught about asset and liability. I went back home and I checked, this is a liability. I don't need this really. I don't need this really. I don't need this really. This and this enough. I sold them all, and I want to use the money to start a business. That's wisdom. That is wisdom. Don't waste your life buying that.